So we've mentioned two documents so far: the shareholder agreement, robust terms and conditions. What would the third one be for, if you had to pick?
Well, I suppose so. Terms, conditions, shareholders agreements, anything relating to your intellectual property, really. If you've got intellectual property which you have in place, so it wouldn't be so much an agreement with somebody else; it would be with having that registered. So, for example, if you your bizval is a perfect example there behind you, you've got a nice logo with the wording, and if you have that registered as a trademark, you would then be able to have
Yeah.
that protection in the UK for 10 years, and then nobody else could use something identical. And also, what I like about trademark law is nothing similar either. So someone couldn't
Yeah.
use, I was going to say bizval, but that's probably the wrong word to use. Like something along those lines, because with the B the other way round, for example, or something like that, they would be able to stop
Yeah.
in that industry, and it just gives you that certainty that if you've built that brand over a certain amount of time, then you deserve to be able to benefit from that brand and not to have somebody else using that and pigtailing off the back of your success, really. So the registration process is quite simple. It's quite a relatively cheap process as well. So just having that in place is great. And also, if you're thinking about sale of the business within X amount of years, having that protection, a registered trademark is a valuable, very valuable asset that allows you to trade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess for small businesses and medium businesses, we talk trademarks. We probably talk things like even your website domain, and owning that, and maybe a
Exactly. Yeah.
couple of defensive domains. As you get more sophisticated, and let's call it heavy IP, you might even want to think about patents and your secret sauce. Coca-Cola is a good example of that, right? So
Indeed. Yeah.
I think just thinking about it and thinking about it early on is really, really important. So I want to just talk a little bit about how these things relate to evaluation of a business or potential exit. So not to dwell on it for too long. So we spoke about shareholder agreements, terms and conditions, IP assignments. So if you're thinking about selling your business or understanding its worth, how do these things make a difference in that space?
Well, especially from the shareholders agreement, for example, it just shows with these documents, it's not just about how it is legally. Yes, it will cover you legally, but it's a reputational kind of aspect. It's like when GDPR came into play and everybody panicked about what they were going to do and this sort of stuff. But having that privacy policy on your website, and then you can hand it out when you're dealing with people, it just shows that, oh, actually this company is taking things responsibly. It is going to be looking after it's a reputational aspect.